Hi, Roberta here from Wandering in My 70s. And before I share with you how to use the eSIM GPT, I thought you might find it interesting to know the strategies that I use to stay connected when I travel. And I'm going to tell you that the number one thing that's important is having data. So let me share you my strategies, which may not be suitable for you, but might give you some ideas on what would work for you. And that's why I developed the eSIM GPT, because it's unique for your situation. Now, I travel quite a bit on and off to different countries each year, and I've discovered that over the time that Airlio really works for me with their global plan. They have a 365-day, 20 gigabytes that works very well in most places, and it's under $100. I don't need a phone number because one, I use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is critical if you're traveling and you need data for that. So whatever your strategies, I highly recommend that you use WhatsApp because many places communicate through WhatsApp. Secondly, I do have, although I'm a Canadian, a Tello account from the States, which pays $5 a month for me. And with it, I can either have 100 phone calls or 100 megabytes. Now, it doesn't do that much good, but if I'm traveling in the States or Canada or Mexico, it's good for that. And also, the number is good over Wi-Fi, so I can use that number and share it out. My partner, on the other hand, has a need for a phone number when we travel. Sometimes it's useful for calling hotels or people, but when we're visiting friends, let's say in Paris, we want to use a phone number. And we also want to be able to talk to family and kids back home. In which instance, I get a similar Airlio plan. It costs a little over about $100. The same plan, 20 gigabytes over 365 days once it's been initiated, and it has a phone number. Now, the phone number comes out of the United States for North America, which means you just need to share it with people so they know. If you're using your Facebook, or we do a lot with Apple products, so FaceTime, you might need to share the number because it may not go through. That was a little bit of an adjustment to make sure that they had the other number to send and receive SMSs, for example, that were through Apple. So that covers the generic strategy. Also, though, let's talk a little bit more about reception. I like Holio because it has a much better reception and packaging of the companies that are used in South America, and I discovered also in Africa. So sometimes Holio is a good plan, and if you need unlimited data for a certain amount of time, Holio has that. It's much more expensive, but it's good. Now let's talk for just a brief moment, and you'll find that when you're using the eSIM GPT, why is more global or regional plans cheaper than local country plans? And that's because the providers are different. The reception on local providers is much better. So if you're going to be staying in one country, you might find that that coverage and that plan, regardless of which provider you're using, is better than getting a regional or even a global plan where the reception is not as good. So my global strategy is to use Airlio because I'm comfortable with it, but I will also use other providers and eSIM providers because they have different kinds of strength and coverage. So I might use something else. My partner will use the Airlio global plan. We both fully believe in using WhatsApp. I think that will cover it for now. To summarize, my strategy is to have global coverage and using Airlio, but often sometimes